We aren't equipped to fight a war.
We're going to change the terms of engagement. It's our war, not theirs. We don't need cities or armies. We have the cells of human bodies. An invisible weapon for an invisible war.
Great news, everybody! I have a new computer! It's a 2 GHz Hewlett-Packard with 2 gigs of RAM, Windows XP, and a pretty good video card. I can now play games from up to 2005, including Indigo Prophecy and Deus Ex Invisible War, which is the subject of today's video. The original Deus Ex is one of my favorite video games, and Invisible War is an excellent sequel. Invisible War returns us to the future world of megacorporations and nanotechnology, and, like its predecessor, considers issues of freedom, progress, and transhumanism. Both games are intelligent and philosophical, and Invisible War has an intriguing storyline driven by your interactions with the various people and organizations. This game also gives you considerable freedom, even with no skill sets and fewer biomod slots than Deus Ex. You could theoretically play the entire game without firing a gun. I killed a lot of people in this game, but I tend to use the sniper rifle, enhanced strength biomod, and energy sword for quick kills and to conserve ammo. The game isn't perfect, the combat is poor, the AI is stupid, and the characters aren't very developed. Still, the good far outweighs the bad, as the stealth sequences are tense and pulled off well, the story and dialogue are very engaging, and the detailed environments have realistic lighting and physics. But what I'd really like to talk about are the factions. Invisible War takes place 20 years after the collapse, an event that destroyed global communications and plunged the world into economic depression and war. At the beginning of the game, the 4 main organizations are the WTO, the Order, the Omar, and the Tarsus Academy. The Order Church, with its environmentalist, anti-consumerist agenda, is like a militarized form of Buddhism. The World Trade Organization is like capitalism as a form of government, with WTO enclaves enforcing laws and managing business in Seattle, Cairo, and throughout the world. The Omar are humans with a group mind consciousness, and have modified themselves drastically to survive in any condition. And the Tarsus Academy trains biomodified students and hires them out to various corporations. But we soon learn that the WTO and the Order, which are opposing organizations, are just instruments of the Illuminati, which is secretly ruling the world. The Knights Templar, a terrorist group vehemently opposed to technology and biomodification, has broken off from the Order, and Tarsus is just a front for Apostle Corps, a company led by the Denton brothers. J.C. Denton, who merged with the Helios AI in the last game, wants to biomodify everyone on the planet and have them interface with Helios. With our minds connected to Helios, the AI would weigh up our needs, opinions, and grievances and act accordingly with the infallible logic of a computer. Such a system would be a perfect democracy. Do you see why I like this game? Your in-game decisions reflect your real-world values. Personally, I'd support a centuries-old secret society over a bunch of violent, intolerant Luddites, and in turn I'd trust J.C. Denton's idea of a perfect post-human democracy over the Illuminati. The concept of transhumanism, which involves improving and enhancing the human condition through technology, has always fascinated me, and I welcome upcoming advances. With its complex, engrossing ideas and serious, dystopian tone, Invisible War feels like a Deus Ex game, and earns 4.5 stars out of 5.
What would this pure democracy look like?
The Helios AI has the processing power to handle all governmental functions worldwide, legislative, executive, and judicial. Once every mind has been enhanced and can merge with the AI, attitudes towards major legislation can be processed on a daily or even more frequent basis.
You want everyone to be like the Omar and meld themselves together into one huge AI construct?
Helios will communicate, not assimilate. Life will go on as usual.
Helios is starting to sound like an enlightened despot.
All governments have power. The benefit of giving this power to a synthetic intellect is that human affairs would no longer need to be ruled by generalities. Helios will have a deep understanding of every person's life and opinions.
What if I don't want someone peeking into my mind?
Upon consideration, you'll see that this arrangement is for the best. General ideas are no proof of the strength, but rather of the insufficiency of the human intellect. The words of Alexis de Tocqueville, an observer of the birth of modern democracy. Though general ideas allow human minds to make judgments quickly, they are necessarily incomplete.
So
de Tocqueville noted that an all-knowing mind, the mind of God as he conceived it, would have no need for general ideas. It would understand every individual in detail and at a glance. Incomplete applications of law or justice would be impossible for such a mind.